The manila folder felt heavier than paper alone could explain. Clara gripped it tightly, knuckles white, back pressed against the gritty brick of the alley. Her old nurse uniform sat folded in a plastic bag at her feet. She was no longer employed, just Clara, terrified but determined. The rumble started in her sneakers, rising to a chest-deep thunder. Motorcycles. Dozens poured into the street behind the bar in disciplined formation, chrome gleaming, leather dark. They parked in a precise, menacing line. A mountain of a man dismounted. Beard like braided steel wire, patch reading press. Bare. His flat dark eyes scanned and locked on her. No smile, no scowl, just assessment. Clara pushed off the wall, folder held like a shield, and stepped into the fading light. They call you Bear. Her voice came out thin but steady. Who's asking? Clara. I was Silas's nurse. The name landed like a stone in still water. Several bikers shifted, attention sharpening. Bear took one crunching step closer, towering. Silas is dead, he stated flatly. Yes. And they killed him. She extended the folder. Bear didn't take it immediately. He studied her face, searching for lies or fear. She held steady, arm trembling but unyielding. Engines ticked as they cooled. Silence stretched. Bear finally jerked his chin toward the clubhouse door. Inside, the bar went dead quiet when she entered. Dozens of hard eyes tracked her. Bear led her to a back table, sat with a groan of wood, and motioned for her to do the same. She placed the folder between them. Silas talked about you, she said. Said you were family. That he taught you everything. That the falling out was his fault, too much pride. He regretted it. A muscle twitched in Bear's jaw. He tapped the folder. What's this? Everything. Charts from when he arrived. My private log of his decline. Timeline of his son Martin's visits. The administrator who covered for him. And, she slid out the small padded envelope, a sample of the supplement Martin was giving him. Bear's impassive face cracked. He picked up the envelope, felt the specimen cup inside, eyes narrowing. You're a nurse. You got fired for this. Yes. Why risk it? He was just a patient. Clara met his gaze. Because no one else was watching. Because he asked for a donut and I brought him one. Because he called me Miss Bossy and he deserved to die with dignity, not erased for a house. Bear opened the folder. He read methodically. Official charts versus her secret notes, the steep drop after Martin's arrival, financial records showing Martin's desperation, debts piling up. He lingered on the dates, the patterns, the proof. He closed it, pushed it back slightly, then picked up the sample again. You're sure? I've never been more sure. He nodded once, sharp, final. Stood. We'll handle it. To a younger man in the shadows, road rash. Water for our guest. Ride her home. Make sure she gets there safe. To Clara, don't talk to anyone else. Not cops, not friends. We'll be in touch. He took the folder and envelope, disappeared into the back. The room stayed silent. The hunt was on. The iron serpents didn't smash doors. They moved smarter. A sanitation company member replaced dumpsters at Golden Meadows and pulled shredded documents from Finch's office. A tattoo artist member's cousin, a digital forensics kid, recovered deleted security footage showing Martin handing Finch a thick cash envelope. A prospect took a janitor job, listened to nurses whisper about Silas's sudden crash and Finch shutting down questions. Deacon tailed Martin. Casino losses, meetings with a real estate agent already pricing Silas's house for quick sale. Bear gave the sample to a discreet chemist. Result: oleandrin, a toxic cardiac glycoside from oleander, mixed with blood pressure meds and sedatives. Tasteless, hard to detect, mimicked natural decline perfectly. Bear laid it all out. Chemist report, pieced together shreds, footage stills, surveillance shots, Clara's meticulous notes. A clean picture of murder for inheritance. One text went out. Tomorrow 9 a.m. Golden Meadows. Dress uniform. Silent ride. Morning came. Thunder rolled in. 185 bikes. No revving, no shouting. They filled the lot, lined the curbs, cut engines together. An eerie quiet descended. Riders sat motionless, watching. Inside, Finch's meeting stopped. Receptionist. Sir, you need to see this. Finch and Martin stared out at the sea of leather and chrome. Martin paled. Silas, he used to ride. Bear stepped through the doors, flanked by two others, folder in hand. Finch. Martin. We need to talk about Silas. Finch tried bluster. This is private property. I'm calling the police. Good, Bear said, thin cold smile appearing. They should be here any second. Might save time if you tell them what was in the bottle. He opened the folder on the desk. Chemist report, cache photo, documents, Clara's timeline. Martin's face collapsed. Finch froze in terror. 2 cruisers rolled up. Anonymous tip about fraud and suspicious death. Officers walked in, saw the evidence, saw the pale men, saw Bear tap the folder. She knew everything, Bear said, nodding toward the lot. Finch and Martin left in cuffs, heads down, passing the silent wall of 185 bikers who had come for their brother. Golden Meadows shut down pending investigation. The parent company fired the regional administration. Headlines screamed, "Bikers and fired nurse bring justice for poisoned veteran." 3 weeks later the new interim director called Clara. "Your job's waiting. Actually, we'd like you to consider head nurse. We need someone who watches." She accepted. First day back, the halls felt different, hope instead of waiting. Coworkers hugged her, eyes wet with respect. That evening a single bike waited in her spot. Bear leaned against it, helmet extended. "Got somewhere you need to be." He rode her to the clubhouse. This time she entered to roaring applause. Men on their feet, cheering. Bear handed her a soda. "Couldn't have done it without your file, Doc. Silas would be proud. I just did my job." "No, you cared." He raised his bottle. "To Silas. To Silas," echoed 100 gruff voices. 1 year later the facility, renamed Silas Peterson Memorial Care, became a state model for compassionate elder care. Clara ran nursing with one rule: every patient is family. The Iron Serpents funded a big chunk through the Silas Fund and their annual memorial ride. Bikers became regulars, visiting, fixing things, listening to stories. Leather-clad guardians. 5 years after that first alley meeting, Clara stood at the club's summer barbecue in jeans and a tee. Kids ran laughing around her. Bear, beard more gray now, handed her a burger, eyes crinkling. She was family. Every year ended the same. Bear raised his glass. To the ones who watch, and to the quiet heroes who listen to that voice inside. To Silas. And everyone, from hardest biker to smallest child, shouted back.